What is good, TKG? All the culture in the Ville. Listen. If y'all were in my most recent live stream, you definitely know what's about to happen. You definitely know what's going on already. Probably not the order in which I have people, but y'all definitely know the concept of what's going on here. But if, my live streams sound foreign to you, then, and you're new here, then definitely hit that subscribe button for one. And two, join the live streams because, they're super hyped. They're super, lit. Don't use that word often, but lit. And we have a bunch of fun. We laugh. We have thought-provoking conversations. It's definitely not your typical, just sit and watch the person eat a fucking bowl of cereal and then that's it. No, this is just 100%, super interactive, us having fun, and, short little live plug. No one really does that, but okay. On top of that, if you want to also have, talks with the rest of TKG, join the Discord. The link will most definitely be in the comment section below, or in the link will be in the description box. So for sure, hit up the Discord and join the live streams. Thank you. But back to the video. The XXL College Graduates is going to be a series that I'm doing where I'm going to be talking about 2 classes each. It's not really pitting the classes up against each other. It's more so looking at who thrived afterwards up to this point, 2020, and who fell off, whose career isn't good. Now, I didn't pull punches. I'm not being biased. I'm never going to be biased. You're either successful right now or you're not. You're either big right now. You either turn out to be the future or you're not. And this will make tons of sense more now for these 2 classes, 07 and 09, more than any other class, considering these are the 2 classes these are the oldest classes. So if there's any, people still relevant from this class or successful from this class, then it would most likely be considered impressive, considering, both these classes are 10 years old. Well, 09 being 11 years old and, 07 being 13 years old. So for sure, everyone from both these classes have tons of pressure to be, great, considering 07 is the initial class and 09 being, the sophomore freshman class in a sense. So enough of my rambling. Oh, by the way, almost forgot to show you guys what's in the culture dictionary. The terms for XXL valedictorian and XXL class clown. The XXL class clown is a person who made tons of noise and looked like the future, but flopped and is currently a ghost in terms of success. And then the valedictorian is the person who led the class in popularity, success, and is most likely the most skilled rapper, or just the best rapper all around. You mix all that together. The 2007 XXL freshman class overall was, to say that not a lot of people came out successful is an understatement. Because Lil Boosie and Plies are barely fucking graduates, but I couldn't just have fucking Lupe Fiasco be the only one. Not to say that, I have to have people like more than one person in the graduates section, but Plies and Lil Boosie are 2 guys who kind of, they float as opposed to good music nowadays, but they're relevant at the very least. As to say, social media wise, I guess you could say. Then Lupe Fiasco is just a guy who just puts out good music still. I guess you can tell who the valedictorian of this class is. I'm going to go ahead and give that one to Lupe Fiasco, because clearly he's the best. Doesn't have to be the most relevant, but he is the best rapper here. The dropouts. I'm sorry, but Saigon, Saigon is just the perfect example of good rapper, not enough fucking energy. Not enough, like, when I say energy, I mean, he's a good rapper. It's just when I look back on his career, he's just, like who the hell, what song am I supposed to refer them to for you to, like, there's nothing. I don't know. There's no spark from Saigon. It's just a decent, or he's a good rapper, mid at the very worst. He's not great at anything. He's just good. And that's not going to get you ahead in the game. Then Rich Boy and Gorilla Zoe are two guys that made hits, super big hits. I'm going to go ahead and give the class clown to Rich Boy, considering his song is considered a classic right now. You may have heard of it. Put some D's on it. Just bought a Cadillac. Like, his song still gets played today. You listen to Detroit radio late at night, you got some, throw some D's on it. Gorilla Zoe dropped Hood Figure, which great song, but that's all he's got there. This is one classic. If you've got one classic, yet the song has lasted longer than you have, then that's not good. So, I mean, you gotta stay relevant. You gotta be as big as your damn songs. So, you just gotta stay fucking relevant, man. Like Joel Ortiz, for instance. This is a guy who never, ever was on. I don't care what Joel Ortiz, or there's some other Ortiz out here that's more known than he is. But fucking Joel Ortiz, I don't care what people say. This guy's weird. I don't know. It's just something about his style that I just really, really don't like. He likes to, he's a guy in Slaughterhouse. And I don't know how big an impact that Slaughterhouse has made on rap, but honestly, his music is not for me. Maybe I'm just speaking on my ass or something. We got King Crooked, or by the time this list came out, his name was Crooked I. A really good rapper who just, again, could not turn his skill level or his effort into success, into numbers, into plaques, into Grammys, nothing of the sort. Now, I'm not a numbers guy. Y'all know this. And if you don't know this, then I'm not a numbers guy. But when we're talking about, when we're grading and we're, graphing people's success up to this point, we have to go and use numbers, analytics, stats, achievements. It's what make the rapper who they are, and it's what gauges a success or a legendary status, if you will. So everyone in the dropouts category, I mean, it's been 13 years. The only one I'd say is relatively still known today is King Crooked. Young Dro is a guy who just gets arrested. Like, I looked up Young Dro, and you'll never believe the first thing I seen about him. Like, if I was to expose everybody's, the first thing I seen on everyone's search history, you'd be fucking astounded. First things first, I looked up Rich Boy, and I didn't even see Rich Boy first. I mean, I looked up Rich Boy, but I looked up Rich Boy in images, and I didn't see him. I just seen some boxer. I looked up Gorilla Zoe, and the first thing that popped up was Gorilla Glue for some fucking reason. So, Gorilla Glue better than Gorilla Zoe confirmed. Gorilla Glue got snubbed for XXL, but you look up Saigon, and then fucking Saigon doesn't even pop up. It's a whole ass country, or it's a whole ass, it's a country. It's a place within a country or some shit. It's just not Saigon the rapper. Like, you're supposed to exude success and be bigger than a damn city within a country. Like, that's just sad as fuck. And then Joel Ortiz, first off, I missed one L and they couldn't even show me this motherfucker. I missed one fucking L in Joel Ortiz, and I didn't even see Joel Ortiz. I seen some other people, some other Joel Ortizes, who I guess are more fucking successful than he is up to this point. Young Dro, the first thing I seen from him is arrested for hitting girl in the face with banana and tears up girlfriend's furniture. Like, dude, like, these should not be headlines for you. Headlines should be, oh, just dropped a masterful album. Oh, their albums coming out, you need to listen and, like pressure me into listening to their music. I look up Lupe Fiasco. They're telling me that he just dropped a good album. I mean, a good song. Sorry. Or a good project. Sorry. We'll say project from now on, so you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But that shit's just sad as fuck to me. Like, the goofy shit exudes your career, and you just get defined by a specific moment or a specific thing that you did. Like, I should not be saying I only know of Rich Boy because of that one song. I shouldn't be saying the same thing for Gorilla Zoe. I should not be saying these things. You should have more than one classic. You should have more than one hit. Things happen for a reason. Everyone's not going to stay big. Everyone has their fade away moments. People get bored. I understand that. But if you have the ability to make one hit, what is really stopping you from making something to match that same success, or for you to put out something relatively similar to that thing that you put out to get some similar success, if not close to that success? I don't know. The 07 class just is super underwhelming. A lot of talent that could have been bigger. A lot of people here that you probably wouldn't recognize unless you actually looked up this list. So, just a shame, honestly. Could have been better, but I mean, again, it is the first damn class, so can't have your expectations way too high. I am so sorry about how Charles Hamilton's face turned out. I mean, you see him on the bottom, on the right of Currency. The man his face just did not want to, come out fully on the damn page for some reason. This is every picture I used for him just did not want to work. So I'm sorry. Y'all see him. He looks like a fucking stressed out father. He probably is a father. Probably not with that girl who he's claimed had an abort. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but yeah, y'all see it. The grads are, Wale, Ace Hood, who I'll explain why he's in the grad section later, and then Kid Cudi for obvious reasons. And then for dropouts, we have Asher Roth, Corey Guns, Blue, generic black guy beside Blue, Currency, and then half of Charles Hamilton apparently. So let's explain, right? Asher Roth is a guy who just he came out with the stigma that he was going to be super popular. Definitely a very different rapper, currently super different. He's pretty good, I like his music. I listen to some of his newer stuff. It sounds like stuff only stoners will listen to, but again, I like his music nonetheless. That's not really a diss because I'm me. But Corey Guns is a guy who, and again, my first and real name is Corey, so everyone around me wanted this guy to be fucking big because, oh my god, hey Corey, you hear about Corey Guns? Like, yeah, sure, yeah, I heard about him. Yeah, there's other Corys in the world, just like there are other Johnny fuckfaces in the world, but here you are. So Corey Guns is a guy who, let's just be very fucking obvious here. He's only really going to be remembered for, being that one guy in, 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm just, I just really hesitated on saying that because, I mean, for fuck's sake, dude, you literally you're the most remembered you're ever going to be is because of a fucking verse. A verse. That's your best song. And it's not even because of you. It's because of Lil Wayne. Like, that's sad as fuck, if I'm being honest with you. No one's going back to listen to 6 foot, 7 foot because of, Corey Guns. They're going back because of Lil Wayne. But now we get to Blue. Blue is the other perfect example for very good rapper. Just didn't copy and paste over to the success part of his career. So, I mean, honestly, I don't understand why guys of his caliber, of his rap style, cannot succeed because he is a really good rapper. I don't get it. I don't get why people just, they say, oh, that guy's super underrated. And then, just you looking, like they don't listen to the person. I don't know how to say that without saying it clearly. And again, I don't have a script, so I'm going to stutter a lot. So I apologize. But then we get to Mr. Generic Black Man on the right. I keep saying that about him because, come fucking on. This guy looks like the person that you would put on a banner next to a white guy, an Asian guy, and a Mexican person, so a certain business can look more, racially inclusive. But no, I suppose it's, just look, I'm not even gonna speak on this man because, for fuck's sake, just look at him. But jokes aside, Mikey or Mickey Facts, depending on what you want to call him, I looked the fucking guy up, and all I did was miss the Z at the end of Facts, and I get Mickey Mouse Facts. Not Mikey Facts or Mickey Facts or whatever the fuck his name is. I get Mickey Mouse instead. Fucking hell, man. Seriously, that's just, you just do not want to get lumped in with Disney shit, man. You're gonna get overshadowed. Mikey Facts is a guy who, to be honest with you, I throw. This is the one guy on this class I would just throw my hands up for. It's just like how the hell they were just handing out spots apparently because his style just doesn't resonate with. Well, 100% he's not successful today. This is obvious, but he's not really that good of a rapper either, which is weird because how the fuck did you even get on a list if you're not even that good? Did they see that maybe he was bubbling a little bit and, he was probably next up? And no, XXL just likes to be weird and put nobodies on. And he's still a nobody today, so they completely missed with that prediction. But let's talk about Currency. Currency is a guy who might confuse you being on the dropout section. Let's be clear. Currency is a good rapper. And again, he just does not have enough success to go along with, being, mid at the very best for, success. I would say if I was to sit up and add a third section for some mid folks, they were all right. They're doing okay. They're not, they're not struggling, but they ain't ass either. Or they're not that good. Sorry, kind of a double negative there. But Currency would be the one person that goes into that tab, and then no one else. Because Charles fucking Hamilton. Why the fuck? Why was he even on the goddamn list? What possessed them to put him on? Again, his picture doesn't even want to fucking work because I guess they didn't want to show his face off because, he doesn't even want to show his face nowadays. But, it's just a fucking shame. The most remembered he's ever going to be is for, that freestyle that I referenced earlier. It's just a shame, man. It really is. Some of these rappers, they try their fucking hardest. They really do. They work their ass off and they wound up turning into jokes, jokes and being remembered for the wrong thing. Not their talent, but the thing that they did. Asher Roth is going to be remembered as that guy who rapped about college. Corey Guns is going to be remembered for his one verse. Blue's going to be remembered for being one of the best rappers in a certain year, but now being one of the most forgotten rappers of all time. Mikey Facts is going to be remembered as a guy who was never thought of in the first place. Currency is going to be remembered as that guy. It's just, where I'm going with this shit. Charles Hamilton is going to be remembered as that guy who got slapped by his girlfriend. Talk, you know what I'm saying? Talking about some abortions and shit like that. But let's get to the graduates. I said Ace Hood was a college graduate. And I'm gonna 100% stand by that because Ace Hood was nothing less than a hit dropper for a second. Now, it's unfair to disqualify and it's going to come off real hypocritical on one of these lists, but it's unfair to disqualify him because of him leaving music for personal reasons to get his life in order. Ace Hood is, focused on his life right now. He's not focused on music. I can't really, discredit him for that, because it's like he retired in a sense. So I have to really count, I have to stop counting things, up until he stopped. I'm really in the dark for as to what year that was, but in his heyday, in his, prominent rise, he was a very big rapper for a while. So, I give him that much. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to say that he is a successful artist. I'll say that he did do good in his career. But if I was to add a mid category, I'd say Ace Hood would be scratching the surface of Graduate. He'd be like a fucking senior. And then, Currency would be like mid, just like, still trying to figure it out. Kid Cudi, like, we don't even really need to explain, do we? The guy's the valedictorian. Oh, by the way, the class clown is 100% Asher Roth. But, it would have been Charles Hamilton, but come on. We're giving him way too much credit for getting slapped. Asher Roth, because it seemed as if his career was going to take off, based off of all the relevancy he had at the moment and the popularity he amassed. It just came off like, he was going to be that one oddball, that white guy that was going to, get big, before Mac Miller. So yeah, I give it to Asher, because right now, of course, he does not match that popularity nor that stigma that he once gave off. And then the valedictorian clearly is going to go to Kid Cudi. Like, it's just a fucking landslide, really, because second place would have probably been B.O.B. And, B.O.B. is just, what am I supposed to say about B.O.B.? Honestly, the guy had it, and then he just stopped having it all out of nowhere. But again, I'm not going to discredit him just because he stopped making me. Oh, okay. I'm only giving B.O.B. the Graduate, nod, because again, this guy was a big part of music to start off, 2010 and so on and so forth. He's made so many classics, well, not so many, but the guy was super big. The guy, it just looked like he had a rocket strapped to his back and he was headed towards the moon. And he was probably looking down at the earth to then clarify the earth is flat, so he says. But B.O.B. is a guy who had the talent, had the clout, if you want to say clout. I'll say relevancy and the popularity. Like, B.O.B. just fell off the face of the earth. And again, that's another pun. I'm just being a dick at this point. But seriously, the guy, like, if there was anyone on this list who should have been the best, who had the fucking the absolute title and the given that energy to be the best, hell, I played Midnight Club. I used to play Midnight Club. I forget which version of it was. Midnight Club Los Angeles or some shit like that, or I forget what the game was, but it was a Midnight Club game, and it had featured B.O.B. heavily, and it was just like what the fuck? Like, they're featuring this dude in video games, they're putting his songs in video games, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, this dude was just the biggest thing out. And now goose egg. So honestly, I'm only really calling him a Graduate because he did amass the success. He did become what he was supposed to for a second. It's just, I don't know, people really only know him now for his stupid ass comments. But, that's really it. That's really all. And then you get to Wale. Wale's a guy who spends most of his time on social media bitching about who's bitching about him. You don't like my album? Oh, I don't like you. Like, that's Wale in a nutshell, pretty much. If he was to see this video and get up to this point, he would dislike it just because I said that. But Wale's a really good artist. Wale's a very good artist. It's just people don't focus on his talent. They focus in on how big of a fucking diva he is. Like how big of a, just a fucking woman he acts like. And I'm sorry if that's very, offensive to you women out there, because again, you're stronger than this motherfucker. But seriously, I mean, the guy's just a big old fucking crybaby. He goes on, he goes on his little tangents, talking about if you don't like the album, then don't listen to it. Fuck, okay, I won't. Shit, don't worry. If I don't like it once, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to ever tell me not to listen to your shit again. But Wale, that's not gonna happen, because Wale is just a good artist. It's just a shame that people pay more attention to the fucking the bitching and the moaning and how big of a diva this motherfucker is. So really, I mean, given the fact that he is still relevant today, I'd say he's probably third as opposed to, talent on this list. I give it to Kid Cudi, then B.O.B., and then Wale. And if you're surprised that I gave B.O.B. second, I mean, seriously, he had the fucking stigma and the the talent to be big today. It's just, he said that stupid ass Earth thing, and I think that threw people off, and people just stopped wanting to fuck with this guy or associate their, who they think is more skilled with B.O.B. So, really, there you go. That's the list. 09 was it was meh. It was not too many bad artists. Not any bad artists, with the exception of Mikey Fax or Mickey or whatever the fuck. But that is the list, and I thank you all for watching up to this point. I did not think it would be this long. For sure. I love each and every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for watching, any of my videos. I very much appreciate the support. I'm going to be doing the next list very soon. I'm gonna start doing these lists. I'm starting to make videos at night, getting 2 hours of sleep for y'all. So, I mean, shit. The sacrifice is real. All the sacrifice, all the late for work, whatever you guys want to make the meme today. So, again, very appreciated. I will be doing, the only reason why I'm doing two is because, again, y'all see how long it took to do this two. Imagine if I had another one after this one. Yeah. So, we don't want it to be too long. We don't want it to be too short either, do we? So 20 minutes is a good common ground, 15 minutes. But this will end up becoming 25 minutes or some shit. So, sorry. Or, enjoy. I don't know what to say to you guys. You guys are kind of flip-flop on the I want long videos, I want short videos thing. So, yeah. Here's a video nonetheless. But I will be doing 2010 and 2011 right after this. And oddly enough, those are the two best classes, in my opinion. Out of 2010, 2011, and 2016. Those, I'm getting two of the best classes out of the way next. So that should be a very enjoyable list. I think the valedictorians on 10 and 11 should be very fucking obvious. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. But, y'all will see it when y'all see it. If y'all like this, definitely hit that like button. Oh, man, I'm telling y'all what to do. So don't do anything I say, but enjoy the video, though. That is all. Good night, TKG.